Hey, everybody.
It is the weekend.
Welcome to the weekend. It is hump day. We're counting down till Friday. Welcome to the weekend. We are ready to get started. Welcome to another episode of A Blind Guy,
His Wife,
Their Life
Live.
On this channel, we get together every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I gotta dance. It's the week. We're counting down to the weekend.
11:15 Eastern Standard Time.
Why you trying to hurry up and get that?
Because I knew you would try to steal it from me.
Oh.
And on this channel, we explore entertainment. We explore careers as people change their passion into profits and professions. And we also explore health and wellness, all while shifting the narrative of what it means to be normal, from being disabled to being differently able. We have a fabulous lineup of people today. Today is no exception. We're going to jump right into it by bringing in our word on the street guests just to say a quick hello. They're the cool kids of Expectogo. It's Trip and Jariah.
So we're going to say hello. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. We are excited to hear your word on the street. Are you guys ready to go?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna pop you guys backstage again. Hang there in the backstage area, and we'll bring you back just to share your word on the street. Okay.
So we'll see you soon. Okay, guys.
Okay. Got it.
And
you know, everybody had to get their time on the mic, Corey.
There you go. And we also have a fabulous guest. He is an extraordinary actor and director. He's even trained some actors that have gone on to become professors at college universities. And he has students that are on Netflix right now.
Well, Corey, he's a film star himself.
And his
latest film was 2019, but go ahead, Corey.
He's a film star. He stars in film and on stage. He is none other than the Thespian King, Mr. Marlon Hargrave. Can we bring Marlon and say hello?
All right. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone?
We're doing good. Have you had your cup of coffee this morning, Marlon?
Yes. Oh, wow. Let me show you. That's a big boy.
Oh, wow.
He's got like a big cup. Yeah, he's going for it. So we are ready to hear all about Netflix and film today. If you're ready, we're ready. So we'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, great. Looking forward to it.
All right.
And speaking of Marlon's giant cup of coffee, this broadcast is member supported by viewers like you. So how can they become part of the Blind Guy and His Wife, Their Life family?
Well, guys, scrolling right there at the bottom of the screen, you might notice blindguyhiswife.com. That means that's our site, so that if you head over to blindguyhiswife.com, you can find out how to support this production by buying us a coffee. You simply head over there. You'll see the screen right here. It says Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life. It explains to you that Corey's a blind guy. He can't see. His eyes don't work. It explains who we are, and then you get right into it. Buy me a coffee. Support the production by clicking the green coffee cup. When you do that, you can support this production by buying 1 coffee, 3 coffee, 5 coffees, or of course, you can always type in your own amount of coffees. I'm going to type in 761 coffees, and it shows you how much you would be supporting this production with. But keep in mind that all proceeds, 100%, go to our nonprofit, our 501c3 nonprofit organization, Atumpan Edutainment. It is world music, folklore, and dance, theater, the stage, all things fantastic. And so, of course, you can scroll around here, be nosy, be curious, be inquisitive, find out more. So, Corey, I mean, that's the way to go. Just hit the link that's right there scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you can't hit the link, we'll drop it into the chat.
And we always end the day with a special plant-based treat for today. So we'll save that until the end, give you guys a cliffhanger there so that you can find out what.
Oh, we shouldn't give them a sneak peek. Should I try a sneak peek? Let's see if we even have a sneak peek.
Okay.
I don't know. Do we have a sneak peek? Let's
24
see.
karat pancakes. Yum.
Hey, that's all you get, guys.
24 karat pancakes. Those pancakes are golden. Pun intended.
Absolutely.
So, Laquita Marie, you always read the comments so that I can stay engaged with the audience because, like you said, I can't see. So we're going to jump right into the comments. Sonia with the Y, first place today.
No, actually, it's Alicia Miller.
Alicia Miller.
Yeah, she says, good morning. Great day to watch your video. Thank you so much for being here, Alicia Miller. And then Philip Waldo Jr. says, good morning, all.
Good morning, Philip.
Second
PWJ,
place.
Second place. Alicia Miller, good morning to you as well.
Yeah, she came here through Cooking with Greens. You know, we cook with their seasonings all the time. I don't think I needed them in the pancakes, though.
Right, okay.
Sonia with the Y is singing the day of the day. The word of the day, I think, is what she meant. Or did she mean the day of the day? She's a vocalist. So, you know, sometimes you repeat lyrics and all that good stuff. So you tell me, Corey.
I don't know. The day of the day of the day.
See, I knew you were going to try to sing it. Don't even. Don't do it. Shine bright. A grand rising, fam. Hey there.
Hey, shine bright, shining bright. You've been doing good for the last couple of days. Shine bright. Got some warm weather coming in here.
Yes, the sun is shining. Spring is here. Expect to go. It says, yo.
Expect to go. Yo to you too. That's a great link to today's word on the street. So we'll be talking about expect to go. Visit that YouTube channel, Expect to Go, if you're into the wizarding world of Harry Potter. So you can get gaming tips on Harry Potter Wizard World Unite, which is a Wizards Unite, I should say, which is actually an AR game. So yeah, check it out.
Absolutely. Philip Waldo Jr. says, got it. And he's also shouting out Marlon because, you know, he was saying this when the kids were coming up, and then when Marlon comes up, he's shouting everybody out. Guys, if you haven't been there yet, you know what to do. Go ahead on over to blindguyhiswife.com. And don't forget to smash that like button.
Don't rush the button.
Yeah, Shine Bright is telling you guys what to do. It's the thumbs up button. You head out of the chat, you click the thumbs up, you come back in, and you already know folks throwing shade, Corey. Philip Waldo Jr. says, now Corey can't read.
1, 2, 2.
I know, right? You know what? Let's head on into our word on the street and see what we got today. Like, what is the word on the street, Corey?
We have a fabulous pair of young siblings that are going to bring us a word on the street from the gaming world. Now, for those of you that dare to admit it, tell me what's the very first, in the chat, type in the very first game system you ever played on. I know mine was Atari 2600. So
wasn't that the first one out other than pinball machines?
Who knows? I mean,
well, let's bring in the guests. You let them tell us what the word on the street is. So
now it's time for today's word on the street with the cool kids of Expect to Go, Chip and Jariah.
Woo! Good morning, guys.
Good morning to you too.
All right, Chip and Jariah, what's today's word on the street?
Gigi.
Gigi.
Oh, what does Gigi mean?
Good game.
Good game. So okay, so if someone was playing a game like Harry Potter Wizards Unite, or if somebody was playing Roblox or something like that, if they did a good job, you would type GG into the chat area?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Is Harry Potter Wizards Unite sort of like Atari? Because Shine Bright is old enough to remember Atari. So Harry Potter Wizards Unite, is that game sort of like an Atari game or no?
They don't know what Atari
No. It's like more of a wizard game or a witch game, or it's more like Harry Potter.
Oh, I got it. So GG means good game when you're playing, like, you know, the Harry Potter game. I got it. So listen up, guys. Can you see what the screen says? Shine Bright is giving you guys a cool welcome. She's saying, welcome, cool kids. And then we also have Philip Waldo Jr. He's talking about the Atari 2600, 5200, 7800. So let me ask you guys this. If I put a picture on the screen, will you be able to explain it to me?
Sure. I think.
All right. So tell me what we've got here on the screen. Like, what is this all about?
It's Expecto Girls, also known as our dad's and mom's channel.
Oh, right. Okay, so this is where we can find out more about like the Harry Potter Wizards Unite game. So we can see videos. I see some of these say like they're live videos. I know like your dad and mom get hired by local television companies and other companies to do good work, and they have a Patreon so people can come patrons, and people can like chat with them in real time when they go live. When do they go live?
At 3:30. 3:30 on Wednesdays and other times, sometimes at night.
Oh, I see all those live things. I see it says like Wizarding Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So you guys, if you're out there and you're into AR game, mobile games like Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, you can go get some cool gaming tips and just be part of the Expect to Go community. And you got some cool t-shirts on too, right?
Yes.
Oh, so let me make sure we get a good look at those. I'm going to move this screen and I'm just going to show you guys. So, ooh, nice. I can see yours too. Let me make sure I can see yours. Yep, I see it. Expect to go. Nice, nice, nice. I like it.
Well, I want you to tell your dad a message from me. Tell your dad that you can never say GG or good game to the Dallas Cowboys.
They want us Cowboys.
So guys, how do we say goodbye to you guys today? Do you have that's your special goodbye for today. We'll see you soon, okay, guys?
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye, guys. That was so cool, Corey. Let me tell you, people are still coming in. We got people coming in first place. At least they're first to say aloha.
That's David Hunt, man. Check out David Hunt's YouTube channel, David Hunt. He provides good meditation music. He's a great pianist. He's a great singer. And he also does IT. And he'll be on his channel showing you how to install a new hard drive while singing, I was born by the river. He's installing the hard drive with one hand and playing the piano with the other and playing the guitar with his feet. Check it out.
Ooh, he's doing a lot. Okay. So what's next, Corey? How do we get our guest of the day in here?
Our guest of today is a fabulous friend of ours. We met him throughout our professional work as theater specialists ourselves. Queen and I are both storytellers, musicians. I'm a playwright. She's a director, some choreographer, and we do lots of original productions. And we've also been hired by other theater companies to put on productions with them. In the course of our time, we met this great, I'll say young man, not so young, I'll say that. He's a great, not so young man. As a director, he's worked with us, he's directed one of our productions. He's also provided theater workshops for the actors in our cast. He is a fabulous person, and he's helping people to not only train to be professional actors, but to operate in the professional world, and wherever they're working or wherever they might be interacting with other people or making presentations. He is none other. Now, I'll say it like this. You've heard of Denzel. You've heard of Wesley Snipes. You've heard of the late, great Chadwick Boseman. You've heard of Winston Duke. But all those gentlemen pale in comparison in time and African fineness to this next guest. It's time for today's special guest, the Thespian King, Marlon Hargrave.
Hey!
That's my little movie award. That's my Oscar.
Hold up, put that back up. Put it back up. We gotta see that. He got his award up there, Corey, his theater award.
Okay, all right. So
it's actually not an award. It's this was for my going away party, and they kind of got it as a party gift. But this is what they call projecting what you want to happen. So y'all saw it here first.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? People are welcoming you. Marlon Shine Bright says welcome, and you know, I just want you to know this is a shade space because David Hunt, he's a vocalist. So he was like, sing, Corey, down by the river. And then Philip Waldo Jr. was like, time to wash Corey's mouth out with soap. So expect some shade today, not towards you though. Everybody loves our guests. Like, you know, Philip Waldo Jr. was saying, thanks, cool kids. We've got Carla Turner showing you some love. Hey, fam, we saw it here first. David Hunt is also saying welcome. So welcome, Marlon. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Definitely to Carla and Philip. Thanks for picking up the friend invite. We'll be talking. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
All right.
Marlon, we're going to jump right into it. You have a long legacy of being a director, an actor, and a person that trains other people how to act and how to write and analyze scripts. We're going to talk about all of your wonderful talents today, but let's just give a little bit of background. You have used your skills as an actor as an actor and a teacher for a long time. You actually started when you were 16 years old, right?
Yes, yes. Started in Washington, D.C. with the Mary's Youth Program. So anybody who grew up in D.C., they know about Marion Barry's youth program. So organization that saved my life. I know it did. D.C. was pretty rough back then in the 90s when I was at the late 80s and early 90s. So that was a program. I was just getting into it. I was actually inspired by Whoopi Goldberg. She did a one-woman show, and she played like 4 or 5 different characters. That kind of blew my mind. And I said, well, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. And that's what I've been pursuing ever since.
Nice. Philip Waldo Jr. is cheering you on. And you know what, Corey, just so you know, Sonia is not throwing shade. She says Corey does the best introductions.
Thank you, Sonia, with the line.
David's reminding you guys to hit the like button. So thank you.
Yes, thank you for that introduction. Yes, that was grander than I thought. So thank you.
So that one woman show that inspires you by Whoopi Goldberg, is that the one where she did Fontaine?
I don't remember the characters, but they called it a stand-up. She played the little girl. She played the, I think one had cerebral palsy. I believe one of them had cerebral palsy. And there were, one was a junkie. And there was one more, and I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a while, but the fact that they called it a stand-up blew my mind because she didn't do a joke, She did monologues. She just did monologues. I've never seen anything quite like that since. Not even Jennifer Lewis or John Leguizamo. Like their shows, they were traditional one-person shows, but they marketed Whoopi's show as stand-up, HBO. Like huge for back in those days. But a black person to actually get HBO, but to actually have a stand-up was amazing. She may have been the first black female probably to do it. Gotta check that.
We got shade coming in. Philip says, Marlon, you sure that wasn't Corey doing that show? But hey, Monty is in here. He says the entire panel.
Oh, superstar Monty Ross. Wow.
Right, y'all.
Connection, right?
Yeah, Monty is such an inspiration because we met him here in Hampton Roads. He inspired us a lot. When we met him, we didn't realize we were working with a powerhouse. He's worked with Spike Lee on films and different things like that. And so, yeah, it's amazing.
Little known fact, Monty found Lisa Ray. He'll be humble about that, but he did find her. Just shot her first movie. Yeah, Monty. He took me under his wing when I got over to the Addicts to teach. He took me right under, and that's been my boy ever since. So just got mad love for Monty there. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You say you're teaching. We're talking about you teaching. We have a couple of photos here of you. Teaching. These people won the 48-hour film festival. So you not only teach for the stage, but you also teach for the camera. So these were some of your students that won awards. They're holding those awards up for the 48-hour film festival. This was a few years ago in 2017, but then moving forward, here's another film project that you just recently finished with some folks right there in Atlanta. So you're not just teaching, but you're still performing. And I know you said this film is in production right now, this red picture from this. You can give us a little bit more insight on that.
This was actually an action film. I've started doing more action than drama and comedy. I really wanted to get into that market. So this was something that, it was a 2-day shoot, and it's coming out. We're going to put this one in festivals, but it's a lot of fighting in there. A lot of fighting. We love it.
Right. And Monty says, I got mad love for y'all. Likewise, the love is mutual.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another, go ahead, Corey, because I was just going to big up Monty, big up Marlon, but you go ahead.
So you prepare people, teach them, to train them to become actors on a stage and on film. So what do you, and you also take this to the corporate setting. How have you been able to take your acting trainings, your skills into the corporate setting and also into schools to help people deal with a tough subject called anti-bullying? I know we do it through storytelling, but you do it through improv and other acting techniques. Can you tell us about that?
Both of them are conflict resolution. It's based in conflict resolution, and for me, I do interactive. I like that because traditional learning is more lecture based, but I think that people learn or can learn differently if it's more project based. So project based training, interactive, it's a longer lasting impression, and with interacting training, you can sort of have measured results as you go along. You can actually go in, like I would go into a session, and by the time I come out, they should have learned a lot, actually. So that's you use a lot of those skill sets to be able to get people to sort of look at themselves in a mirror. So in corporate America, I had one client who had a bus company and needed to know how what was going on the job when she couldn't be there. And we would, I had some improvs going in as a bad customer, as a worst customer. I also used some of the other bus drivers to be their worst customers, and so that the woman who owned it, she could see what was happening and what was her client's frame of mind and her employee's frame of mind. That way she could go in and put some type of strategy together so that she could resolve the problem and keep her company going.
Wow. That's a great story because transportation companies and good customers and bad customers, Corey being blind, he uses transportation service, it's amazing the type of clients that he rides with. And sometimes it's actually the drivers too. So you don't know if it's coming from the drivers are agitated and frustrated from their situations. And so, they're kind of giving it to you before you can even become a problem. But that's wonderful that you can use your teaching skills for acting and put it right over into that, conflict resolution.
So with the improv and the role playing.
Go ahead, Corey.
With the improv and the role play that you do for the corporate training, you also do that with anti-bullying. And speaking of anti-bullying, we're going to use that to kind of bridge into this next photograph. You guys got some people there with some Uzis. So.
Well, actually, I know you said you're into action film these days, and so here's a clip from your Instagram page where we got a celebrity here. So tell us a little bit about this. What's going on?
This is Desi Banks, and the guy behind him is Diezi Zahn. Oh, there I am with the machete. So we have that's a bag full of ammo and all of that. Actually, Desi was doing it's actually episode 6 of How It Goes Down in the Hood, and you won't see me and Diezi in there, but you'll see Bart from The Shy. A lot of people know him, and Diezi did the choreography for him. As far as what needs to be done for the I won't say it's a fight scene. You just have to watch it. It's a funny thing, but yeah, we had to carry everything to this big mega church, and Desi is hilarious. One of the funniest people I've met in a while.
Right. So we can basically follow you on Instagram, right? Because I put your Instagram right there into the chat, so we can follow you there. So, Philip Waldo Jr. was shouting out Monty saying, "Hey there." And Karen says, "Hello, all."
All right, Karen, going into you too.
Carla is looking at that clip, though. She says, "Oh, Lord, not the ammo."
Just pop guns.
Right. Right. Props. That's it. Because acting, I know with acting, you do some of everything. So when we head over to your Instagram, we see you storyboarding, so that when you are creating film, you have to create the storyboards. You also have to get in front of the camera, behind the camera. There's all these different aspects of it. Is there anything that, Performance Playground Thursday, this is here in Hampton Roads, where you on your last night, this is where you got that award, right?
No, it was at another party actually. It was at I had another party, but that
You
was
had a lot of parties for going away. Because see, this is it right here.
There's the one that happened at the venue, but I had another one in Virginia Beach as well. But this one, they were both special. The Thursday nights at the venue, it actually started off as Actors Open Stage, and we wanted to do like an open mic for actors, so the actors could come in, do monologues, improv, scenes. They could get up and sing, material, poetry. Well, actually, that was Actors Open Stage. Then we did Performance Playground, and then extended it to rappers, poets, storytellers, forensics. Yeah, so we kind of expanded out on it, but it started off as Actors Open Stage. Patty Ray, who used to own the the venue on 35th Street, now run by James. We linked up at about 2013, somewhere around there. Yeah, and I ran it from 2013 to 2019, once a week for basically all that time.
Wow, you know, this is something because having run it all that time, you've met some wonderful people like Carla. She's just shouting out that she needs to know a couple of gangsters.
You're the OG yourself, Carla.
Right. She was looking at that clip like, I need to know a couple of gangsters. Philip Waldo Jr. is laughing, and my mama is in the house. She says, welcome everybody, Mama C.
Pleasure.
Now, Marlon.
Hold on, Corey. You know the shade is coming. Philip Waldo Jr. says, Carla, Corey's a thug. And then he will try to shout out his mama all sweet, like, go back to being sweet and innocent. And Carla is saying, hey.
ain't nothing worse than a differently able thug, because we go harder because we don't have nothing to lose.
Yeah, Sid the Cool Kid Antoine is saying, hey, everybody. Hey, Sydney.
Hey, Sid the Cool Kid. Now, speaking of being differently able, you have an amazing story of overcoming rheumatoid arthritis, and we're gonna get you to explain and to the audience what that is. But you were able to even though you weren't able to perform, you were still able to, like you said, train poets, MCs, people that are looking to do public speaking presentations for corporate settings, not just for acting purposes, but also for real. I shouldn't say real world, but actual life scenarios. So with that being said, tell us about how rheumatoid arthritis, how that impacted you, how you were able to work through it, and also
set up the clip for us, because we have a clip to play, from your one-man show about that. So you tell us, go ahead and give us the info and set it up, but not before we shout my mama out again. Karen is saying, Mama C. And then, Philip Waldo Jr. saying, tell him, Corey, when you were saying, if you're differently able, you fight harder because you ain't got nothing to lose. Right. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Marlon.
Briefly, in 1996, I was 26 years old and living in New York, just got out of acting school in AMDA, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. I'd already done a Shakespeare play, and I was working. I'd done 2 plays, and I was on my 3rd play. And during Tech Week, I got sick, actually, believe it or not. I got sick, missed all of Tech Week. I showed up. I'm sorry. During Tech Week, I went into the hospital. I admitted myself into St. Luke's in Midtown, so I think it was 53rd Street or something. But I admitted myself. They kept me for 2 days and then diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis after my knees just swelled up. And I did the show. I actually did the run. It was a theater on Spring Street or something, but I did it. But after that, I couldn't really perform anymore. It got really, really bad. Well, no, actually, I did one more Shakespeare. I won't mention the play because it has the witches in it, and anyone who does theater knows what that play is. But ironically, this is what happened. I had a little pain in my hip, and the guy that was playing the lead came by. We did an opening battle scene, so not only was I a character, but I was playing an extra because of my combat skills for an opening battle scene. And in rehearsal, he kind of kicked my leg over and it popped my hip.
So wait a minute. You said your combat skills. You got combat skills too? Okay, but all right, I'm gonna go back. Let you have
Stage combat, not military combat, but stage. So that's to be able to do the punch and do all of those things and make it look real. Even contact with natural that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was pretty good with the rapier, dagger, broadsword, the axe, bat, bow staff. I could do a lot of those things unarmed, pots and pans. So, long story short,
pots and pans.
yeah, pots and pans. That's a fun fight. That was a very fun fight, actually. I want to do that again. But I was not. After the hip happened, I was not able to do that anymore. I'm sorry, give me one moment. I need to close this window. Sorry, one moment. I'll be right there.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. This clip, guys. So let me just go ahead and play this. Guys, this clip is it's just a 1 minute clip from his one man show talking about his rheumatoid arthritis. And so hopefully I'll be able to play the audio. Everything will be able to work just fine because y'all know I do stuff with these screens sometimes and it doesn't always work out. But did you want to set this clip up, Marlon, about what they're going to see?
Yeah. So this is kind of I'm not sure of how deep it's into the show, but what I did was
I'll start it right at that 6:15 mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was mentioning we're in the show. It's sort of halfway through, but it's not the full thing. And the reason I'm mentioning that is I used the Wong Baker faces for the pain level. And I think that I'm on 9 and 10. So that was the worst that my arthritis has been. And that was, so I had to, you'll see the crutches, the braces, and everything that I had to go through and the mental state that I was in while going through it. So giving people an idea of how tough it is to live with connective tissue disease, connective bone disease, or autoimmune disease, which is what rheumatoid arthritis is.
Right. All right. Well, I'm going to go for it. And so I'm going to pull in that video. You guys out there in the chat, definitely let me know if you can hear it once I start to play it. And Marlon, you can let me know if you can hear it as well.
At this point.
Can you hear it okay, Marlon?
Oh, yes.
I am on crutches. My knees hurt really bad. My ankles hurt, so I have to use most of my support up here. The problem is that you have nerves under your underarms. So if you've ever had crutches and you leaned on it, you'll know that your arms will get numb. I don't have a choice because my wrists hurt too bad to actually be over the crutches. So most of the time, I have to walk like this. It is exhausting, embarrassing. And at this point, we're not even talking about life sucking. I want to die. So my house is junky. I haven't bathed or eaten in probably about 2 or 3 days now. I finally mustered up enough energy to get something to eat, and all I want is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
All right, y'all. That is all that you get. That is it. we just hit you real quick with the teaser, and so your joints were hurting, everything was hurting. I know you went on to explain in there that it was very difficult for you. You were living alone at that point. I know you were commuting back and forth to see your daughter every single weekend through all of this pain. And meanwhile, you had a lot of difficulty even opening jars or doing simple things. And you're working, you're driving, you're doing everything. How were you able to manage and overcome with that?
Honestly, it was a couple of things. A very good support group. I've always been supported in the arts, excuse me, through my friends and family. The second one was I got disabled after my daughter was born. She was almost a year when I got sick. So I felt like I just didn't have a choice. Honestly, I didn't really have enough time to complain about it because, you know, I needed a doctor, but my daughter needed a father. So that it was just, I just felt like I didn't have a choice. And then, you know, I couldn't let her know that I was sick, even though she knew it, but I just never dwelled on it, if that makes sense. So,
Right.
yeah. Even that tape is hard to watch sometimes. It was 23 years, 1996 to 2019, and finally went into remission, finally.
Right.
No,
Wow.
The cool thing about what you're doing.
Oh, wait, just so you know, Corey, everybody was clapping hands. Monty and Philip Waldo Jr., they're just applauding you, not just the performance, but the endurance, the tenacity, everything. Go ahead, Corey.
And like I said, and it's great that you were able to take your passion and keep it as a profession, even through the tough times in your life. I know that's was something that I had to do is reimagine myself as an artist. When I lost my sight at the age of 19, I discovered that was a talent that I had and I enjoyed to be a teaching artist. So yeah, kudos and hats off to you for everything that you've accomplished. And speaking of accomplishments, you got some pretty good resume going on right now. You got professors that have come out of your training courses. You even got somebody that's going to be on an upcoming Netflix series, right?
Yes. Jamel Simon. Met him back in 2011. I think he was. Both of us were brand new to Hampton Roads at that time. And he was a brand new, bright-eyed actor. He reminded his energy, you know, he reminded me of a lot of that young energy that I used to have, you know. So believe it or not, in that picture, my cane or crutches are somewhere near there. But that's
So
Jamel.
that's him on the right with the white T-shirt, right?
Yes.
Right. So just so that you know, in addition to the other comments and the hand clap, Shine Bright is saying, wow, awesome story of overcoming adversity. Philip Waldo Jr. is saying, now that's overcoming. You know, we saying we shall overcome and all of that stuff. They're like, nah, that's overcoming. But go ahead. That's Jamel right there to the right. And you were saying that your cane was somewhere nearby in that picture because it was, I see you on the very left. And
yeah.
You couldn't stand independently for very long because of the pain, is what you were saying.
Yes. Mainly, I couldn't stand because you get pain in all of the joints. So I had pain in all of my joints. So my feet and ankles would swell, my knees would swell, both one elbow, both knees, both ankles, both wrists. Like still, I don't have range of motion. You know, that's about it for my wrists, but they're getting better. You know, I don't have range of motion in this one. I don't know if you can see it, but one arm is still.
Wow.
Yeah, I still have my little quirks. I'm working them out though. Actually, really getting over. Now that the arthritis is gone, I can start working on. How can I put it? Like there are knots in there. Then now I can start working on the knots by stretching and doing the massages because the inflammation is gone.
And you can tolerate a massage now.
I used to do it either way. I really didn't have a choice. I really just had to get them to do the deep tissue. So, but now I can walk. I do bike riding now. I haven't rode a bike in about since maybe 2000, something like that, early 2000. So I'm able to do things. I'm not quite running yet, but I can do a jog now. So after total hip replacement, 3 total knee replacements, a stomach surgery, eye surgery. I've had about 5 or 6 of them. But yeah, I finally whipped Arthur. I called him Arthur. I finally beat him. And this is what I did. When I got sick in 96, I literally looked up to the sky and I said, you know, I'm going to beat you, arthritis. I will beat you. Because between 2 years, couple knees, I had to take a couple, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I'm walking, so I won. And I'll be celebrating my body for the rest of my life. Trust me, I ain't there yet, but I'm getting there. By June. So you guys, when you met me as a smaller person. I'm not used to being this small. So people who know me back in the they know me as about $175, $180. You know, so I look sick to them now. That's kind of weird to say, but I'm much smaller than what they remember me.
Right. You know what? Philip Waldo Jr. is saying getting the lactic acid out of your muscles. Monty Ross is saying, wow, amazing. You know, this is definitely an amazing story. I do want to get in this clip here because this is what Corey was asking about earlier, and then we'll wrap it up with, you know, how you made that change, how you were able to beat it, because right here, Corey, this is that clip from Entertainment Weekly where it's showing his student, Jamel, right there across from Mike Epps. So like Mike Epps is on the left side of the screen.
Right. Mike Epps plays the father in the Upshaws, which is a show Jamel Sykes is in.
Right. And so they're there on the screen, and that's your student. Jamel is one of your students, and now he's on Netflix.
Yes. And he was a grinder. I mean, that he just grinded it. When he moved out to Cali, he was able to do things that it would take people about 10 years to get where he was 10 years ago, believe it or not. 10 years to be on a show with Wanda Sykes, Kim Fields, and Mike Epps, and to be featured, like he's on the show. He is a cast member of that show, not just a reoccurring character. He's in there. He's a son. So that's amazing to do that in 10 years. And that is the 10-year overnight success. Because back then, you know, all of this stuff that he was going through, it was a struggle for him, you know?
Right.
And now he needs to work harder than ever because now he's going to get the exposure he was seeking.
Right. And so speaking of exposure, we can also follow you on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make sure I drop your Facebook link into the chat so that way you guys can follow Marlon Thespian King Hargrave there, because you are all things thespian, you know, from the stage to the film, in front of the camera. How do you say it, Corey?
In front of the camera.
Okay, yeah. See, I pretended like I was asking him. Speaking of in front of the camera, you know, Philip Waldo Jr. is saying, and the winner is Marlon. But we also have XDMC. He works in film as well. And Corey, he's in here talking trash. We got Miko Moment saying an inspiration to many. And so let me tell you the trash that XDMC is saying, Corey. He says, am I in time for Corey's flash dance performance?
Okay.
He already got the shirt.
I got on a different shirt today. So,
and well, Philip Waldo Jr. says that's going to happen instead of the plant-based treat today. So speaking of plant-based treats, tell us how you beat rheumatoid arthritis.
I switched my diet probably back in 2016, and I went predominantly plant-based. The problem with me, I'm so small, so I would say that my diet is more very high fiber, plant-based pescatarian.
Okay.
That's sort of where I am right now. The other part is I don't eat enough to be a straight vegetarian. I eat like once a day, and that's not enough. I burn too much energy to eat once a day. So I need something a little bit heavier. You know how black folks say we need some stick. And a little bit of stick. A little bit of stick.
Right.
You know, when I clean my system out, when I lived in New York, I cleaned my system. It still didn't alleviate all the pain, but I realized that if your gut health is bad, you are unhealthy. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. So I knew I needed to change my diet, and once that changed, cleaned my body out, the pain went away. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's gone.
Wow.
And that's something that we always promote here. LaQuita Marie is definitely a proponent. I'm a proponent of plant-based lifestyles can heal, reverse, and cure lots of different diseases. More so.
Oh man, this is frozen. Oh man.
than having
every now and then, but
Oh, wow. I'm not sure if my Wi-Fi is messed up.
you know, it might be hours. I don't know. It might be hours. Can you hear us okay?
I have you now. Sorry, I missed a whole lot of what you said. My apologies.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? XDMC called it. It was a bad connection. Why they talking about take over, Marlon? You see how people was doing us for Monty talking about take over, Marlon, everybody. Well, Shine Bright is saying it's amazing how we can heal ourselves by changing our diets. Gut health is imperative. And when we say gut health, people think you mean like get rid of that gut. No, we mean the insides of you, the heart of you, your intestines, your colon, all of those organs, the liver, the stomach, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the spleen, all of those things that are located right there in the core of your body. So what Corey...
Sorry, I meant to, dairy was a big game changer. Absolutely. They're getting rid of the dairy butter, sour cream, ice cream, all of that. So what's beautiful about this now is when I first got sick, we really only had tofu, and vegan food was nasty. Let's just be real. Nowadays, I'm telling you, the lentil burgers and stuff like that, mushroom burgers can rival the meat now, you know, just in flavor. So it doesn't taste like a hamburger, but the actual taste of the food is very good. So if you're thinking about going to plant-based, then this is the time to do it. The recipes are amazing. And you're not really missing out on anything. You know, your body will thank you. The only thing you're missing out on is a good lifestyle, really.
Wow, that's true. I like that you said definitely leave the butter, yogurt, cheese,
sour cream, ice cream,
cheese.
Soy too. Soy, leave it alone.
You know what? There's actually doctors are showing that soy actually puts the brakes on cancer, and they're showing that it doesn't give you those. It does not give you what they thought it gave you back in the day. It was really the cheese, butter, yogurt, and all of those things. They've done lots more studies. And so I know the Barnard Medical Center, they stay up to date on what the studies are coming out right now. And so, you know, they're giving soy a thumbs up these days.
And you guys are out there in our viewing audience, make sure you do your research as well. Because again, this is not a substitute for medical advice. But definitely check things out because science is always evolving and changing. More information is always coming out.
And you know, XDMC says he works on the Humira account. He knows that rheumatoid arthritis is no joke. Big ups to you, Marlon, for all you're doing. Of course, Philip Waldo Jr. is bigging him up, but Shine Bright is like, dairy products are the devil. And Philip Waldo Jr. is saying those days of cardboard tasting foods are over. Absolutely. That's what the plant-based treats are all about. Really getting you guys to eat more fruits and vegetables and showing you that you can enjoy life, you can enjoy food, and it can all happen together. So, you know, we can do this.
Well, speaking of plant-based treats,
I'm a little bit older. So, you know, what I'm learning is that we lose things as we get older, and we do have to supplement and replace the things that we're losing, or you just start to degrade downhill. So that's when people start to feel old. I get up every morning and stretch. I get up and do yoga. Like I have to get up and do this in order to move, you know, but it gives me a better quality of life. And if you're moving, you're living.
Exactly.
So you stop moving, you start dying. That's just, you know. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because you know what? Everybody, we started a food war here. Monty Ross is saying, yes, gut health rocks. Shine Bright is like, soy is still not good for melanated people.
I don't want to lactate.
Right. And David Hunt is like, over.
Don't quote me on that one.
Go ahead, repeat it so we can quote you.
I said I don't want to lactate off of soy. It's a total joke.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, check it out. Check it out. You'll find out some interesting things in the studies for today. So that way we can find out who it's good for. One thing we do know is, like Philip Waldo Jr. said, those days of cardboard tasting foods are over. David Hunt's agrees, over with all the exclamation marks. And so, this has been great. That's great. Gives us a great segue into our final segment of plant-based treats. And so David Katash Moore says the real OG.
David is a comedian. When I met him, he was at 5 Minutes. Now he hosts big shows. He's a host. Like, to go from 5 minutes to being a host is amazing. And now I believe he has close to an hour. I know he has a half an hour. He should have an hour, does stand-up comedy. So that's sort of my resume. Jamel is part of my resume, but most of my resume are people who wanted to get to the next level in their career. So I look at myself as a level up. And by the way, ThespianKing means thespian, which I am. Keep inspiring new generations. This is just not an arrogant thing. It's reminding me of what my job and my life purpose is. So I wear that badge with a lot of pride, actually, because I'm a teaching artist, and I've been for now over half of my life.
Right. He says, that's my help after Jesus, talking about you.
So with that being said, we want to thank Marlon for coming on and being such an inspiration to everyone. And again, if you want to, even though he's not here, he's here. He's still here in the digital world. So you can always reach out to him through Facebook or Instagram. If you want to get some acting training to pursue your passion as an actor, or you just want to improve your public speaking and presentation skills, Marlon is there for you. We have his contact information for you.
It's scrolling right there at the bottom of the screen, guys. Instagram, Marlon Thespian King Hargrave, and on Facebook, Marlon the Thespian King Hargrave. I also dropped those into the chat. Philip Waldo Jr. wants to be a part of your resume. So, hey, we got to get you guys connected and shine bright. You already know, Corey. Hey, David, P-Town in the building. People shouting out, they repping and all that good stuff.
That's where my dad is from, Brighton. So when I moved here, I moved to Brighton first. And then, I'm sorry, I'm in Georgia now. But when I moved there, I moved to Brighton on Center Avenue. And then I moved to Norfolk, and that's where I met you guys, right? When I moved to Norfolk, it was like, you know what? You know why I moved over there? Because I didn't want to pay the tolls. I didn't want to pay the tolls every day going from Portsmouth to Norfolk. So I said, I'm just going to move to where I think I'm going to work. And that's what ended up happening.
That's the way to do it. That is absolutely the way to do it, because it came in and, it took everybody for a surprise, but hey, David is saying, yo, let's shine bright. They're chatting it up. Guys, this has been awesome. We hope that you follow Marlon on Facebook and Instagram, and go for it. Connect. That's what we're here for, connecting each other, so we can all do better with each other.
And this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. I've loved working with you guys. I say, I've openly told you guys that you are my favorite. You and James Cooper are my favorite teaching artists. You inspire me. I'm serious. You guys, when I saw both y'all at the same time in the young audience's book, I said, who are these Black people that's working amongst all these other people? Y'all must be good. Come to find out that you were better than expected. I love working with you. I will come back and work with you guys anytime. Trust me. I loved it. Thank you very much for every opportunity. Thank you for paying me. Thank you. Hey, guys, they pay. Let's not get it twisted. We was in an area where, people, as Wu-Tang would say, had short arms and deep pockets, So I'm glad y'all was using the fifth pocket, easy access, and you broke me off a little bit. I love that. Thank you very much.
Yes. I appreciate you saying that. I'm like Shine Bright. I knew I liked Marlon for a reason. You speak truth. We really like it. David is telling you, come back, but yeah, but it's true. When you're in this business, you have to pay the people for their work. And Autumn Pond Edutainment, when we tell you guys, hey, buy us a coffee, it's not to support Corey and Laquita. We actually have a 501c3 nonprofit that pays other people as well. So, Marlon, we are going to see you soon. This has been such a pleasure.
We'll pop you backstage. Don't disappear. Just hang tight till after the broadcast is over, because now it's time for today's plant-based treat.
24 karat pancakes. Yum! Peel, slice, and chop 3 carrots into 24 chunks.
Carrots are low in calories and sugar and high in fiber. Fiber reduces blood sugar and cholesterol levels. They also have carotenoids or cancer-fighting antioxidants.
Boil until very soft. Let's start the pancakes.
I'll go ahead and add a banana, about a 1/4 cup of sugar. I've got my vanilla extract.
Mash or stir to blend it up.
Bananas are full of fiber, potassium, folate, and heart-healthy vitamin C, which is an antioxidant. Also full of tryptophan, which may help preserve your memory, boost learning and remembering, and regulate your mood. A tablespoon of baking powder. You're just going to add yogurt. Coconut yogurt is non-dairy, easy to digest, and full of probiotics. It's also low in sugar and full of antioxidants. This has foamed right up very quickly. Almond milk that I'm going to pour about a cup. It's going to be about 10 ounces that I add, and then I'm just going to squeeze some lemon in. Lemons are good for dental health. It helps toothaches and prevents gingivitis. Also, its anti-inflammatory properties help fight respiratory tract infections, sore throat, and inflammation of the tonsils. Getting everything in, we've got our craisins. Craisins lower the risk of urinary tract infection, prevent certain cancers, and they help your immune system. Flour.
Mix the flour and the baking powder into the batter.
Start to add the milk.
Stir in the buttermilk.
Add a little bit of butter.
Cook 2 to 3 minutes on each side. When I first tried these, I didn't even know they were made out of carrots. They were really good. Compared to the sweet potatoes, these were better. They were sweeter.
All right, guys.
Completely plant-based 24 karat pancakes. They were delicious.
Giving you guys to eat more fruits and vegetables at every meal. Hey there, Global Green Book. She says, blessings, family.
And I can always eat those pancakes. And the best thing about them is they're so good. You don't even need syrup with them. So that's
true.
That's a fabulous plant-based treat that you guys should try when you get a chance.
Thank you, Monty. He says, great show. Thank you so much. We've had a great time today with Marlon, with our Expect to Go kids or the cool kids. Make sure you go and follow that YouTube channel as well. Make sure you follow Marlon on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you get those fruits and vegetables in at every meal, guys. Sonia with the Y says, yummy. So, it looks great, guys. You got to go for it.
Well, that does it for this episode of A Blind Guy,
His Wife,
Their Life Live. Join us every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11:15 Eastern Standard Time to meet more fabulous people from our professional network. Tomorrow, we're going to introduce you to a young entrepreneur, photographer, and videographer. His name is David. He will be on the show today talking about how he uses his passion to make some profits, even though he's still in high school.
I thought he graduated.
No, he's still got 1 more year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 1 more year.
He's doing a lot. Anyways, go ahead.
And then
because he's a performer, he's an actor, singer,
and gymnast.
Yeah.
He does a lot of different things. So he's going to be talking about all those things that he's done to turn his passions into to profit and they lead to professional work. So join us tomorrow for another episode of A Blind Guy,
His Wife,
Their Life Live. And we always end the broadcast by saying,
where everybody's saying, awesome, David Hunt, and David March, and Philip Waldo Jr. is saying, thanks, Marlon. I won't even supposed to be looking at that. You know what? Go ahead, Corey. We're going to say goodbye.
We always end the broadcast by saying deuces, but I got to do this way today. For those of you that went to Camelot Elementary and you know who you are, 1B.
You know what? Deuces.